After listening to this story, stay tuned for a preview of another episode of American Memories Continued. Today's episode is entitled, Wanda is My Younger Sister.
As new dreams are born and hopes are lived, so too are American Memories Continued.
American Memories Continued, an original audio series, is brought to you with love and commercial-free by
The Fingerprint Community Global, moved by greater to believe bigger. Advocatus Ecclesiae Publishing, perfecting the distribution of hope.
and by the ongoing monthly support of friends, community members, and sustaining faithful partners like you. Our theme music, Proudly Western, was composed and performed by J. Mann at www.ourmusicbox.com. We're thankful and humbled that you've chosen to tune in regularly for your favorite episodes of American Memories Continued.
Not just stories told, memories lived.
Let all of your cares go for just a little while. Listen closely. Prepare your heart to be stolen. You now have a front row seat, and this is family time.
American Memories Continued begins now.
Every year would either result in something different, or else it would be a progression of the thoughts and vision from the year before. I can honestly say that I have always been creative, and this summer wasn't any different in that respect. I had decided that I was going to build a roller coaster in my parents' backyard. You heard me right. A roller coaster. When you're young, you don't usually think things all the way through. And of course, my mom and dad had never agreed to allowing me to do this, nor would they have. We had an old garage in the back of the house that you had to access through the alley. But since neither mom nor dad owned a car at the time, the garage was empty. I saw it as the perfect place for my workshop. The plan was to go to the neighborhood stores and supermarkets and ask if I could have some of their unused wooden skids and pallets, along with some of their broken down shopping carts. It sounded like the perfect way to get building materials to me, and I had no doubt in my mind that they would say yes. I knew that I had a gift of persuasion. I even had a plan for where the roller coaster track would start and end, being considerate not to use up too much of the backyard that I didn't have permission to build in to begin with. In my young mind, so far so good. On the day that this story is about, school had ended. I wasn't attending summer school, and I was in the backyard going over my master plan to build this idea that I believed would bring both my brothers and sisters a lot of joy. I have always kind of taken them into consideration. Right. Wanda is my younger sister, and she was playing out back on this day. She didn't know about my plan to build, and probably doesn't know till this day. But she may remember what came next. I saw a bird sitting on the fence, about 2 feet from being in between our house and the neighbor's house. Don't ask me why, but all of a sudden I felt as though I wanted to hit the bird with a brick of all things. I didn't want to kill him. I just wanted to knock him off the fence. What made me think that if I did hit him, that it wouldn't kill him? Foolish, very foolish. As he sat there, I looked for the perfect brick to throw, and I found it. Looking for something to throw gave me plenty of time to rethink what I was about to do. But by now, focus had set in. I chose my weapon, picked it up, balanced it in my hand, and aimed carefully. Then I let it fly. Of course, the bird lifted off and gracefully flew away. He wasn't about to just sit there and let me hit him with a brick. I'm sure that he was watching me the whole time. Wanda was watching also as the brick continued to fly and crashed through the basement window of the house next door. Our neighbors were the Gray family, and I don't know if they heard the window break right away, but Wanda immediately ran into the house and told exactly what had happened. I don't know if it was to make sure that she didn't get blamed for it or what. I got called into the house and questioned about my actions. There was no point in trying to deny it, especially with an eyewitness that had already told her version of the story. I figured that if I tell the truth, that they might go light on my punishment. And remember, these were still the days when children were spanked and got a whipping without it being child abuse. By the way, my parents believed firmly that if you spare the rod, you'll spoil the child, and they weren't about to spoil me. I did get that whipping. It was brief, but effective, and I was going to have to pay for the window to be repaired next door. One thing that I do remember clearly is coming downstairs with my butt still burning from the belt, and Wanda saying to me with somewhat of a smile in her voice, "Do you need a pillow?" Well, I'm glad that she found humor in it, because Lord knows that I didn't. If you're exiting the studio, please watch your step. For those who are tuned in, we now return you to your ordinary day. We truly hope that you've enjoyed spending this time with us. Our goal, with your help, is that the American Memories Continued experience grows to become America's new favorite pastime, serving you and your loved ones wherever they are. What did you want to say, young lady? Go ahead.
Make sure to become a fan and a supporting partner and listen to our full episodes.
Click the links below and follow us on Twitter, Facebook, Medium.com, Instagram, and YouTube. And don't forget to give us a thumbs up, leave a comment, and subscribe.
Give American Memories Continued to yourself or to someone that you know. Thank you for listening. Thank you to our veterans for all that you've done for us. And truly, we thank you for your ongoing support.
Until next time, God bless.
God bless you.
And now, a preview from another episode of American Memories Continued. Forgotten the calming rhythm of water running over stones. Even, I'm ashamed to say, forgotten the importance of the polite acknowledgement of another human being with just a nod of the head or a friendly smile. People saw me and waved. They didn't seem to mind. It was as if they welcomed being on display for the occasional visitor finding his or her way to the tourist attraction that they called home. It was almost as if the neighbors in the community were sending a deliberate silent message that said, "Forgive yourself for allowing life to pass you by, but don't let yourself be fooled by hurry again." I looked up, and even the trees seemed to be holding hands over the tops of the streets, causing a tunnel of comfort for those who cared to notice. The curbs were swept, and many of the lawns were manicured. Not because the residents were rich, but because of a simple, yet powerful thing called pride of ownership.